Okay, we have distinguished Professor Hilary Inyang live now from Abuja. Hello, Prof.
Hello, my communicator. How are you?
I am fine, Prof. So good to have you on Open Forum with Citizen MKO.
Thank you. I say hello to your studio audience and my colleagues who are on the panel today.
Yeah. Yes, Prof. Prof, you just came in from China and I did not allow you to rest. Please, I'm sorry that I had to really disturb you so much. And here you are. I want to appeal that because of time, we are going to be very snappy about dealing with this issue. Now, I cannot take some of the questions I wanted to ask you. How was your last trip to China? You went on a very special mission. Just maybe in 30 seconds. How was your mission to China?
Well, you know, we have had a very good relationship over years. I used to be the president of the International Society of Environmental Geotech, which now moved its international headquarters to China.
Okay.
So we have had more than 25 years of interactions with the Chinese on many technological issues, those of education, and interestingly, some of those apply to the efforts of Akwa Ibom State to build a science park. I was hoping that over the years we would have done this very easily because we've done this elsewhere. So it was very successful. We will be meeting many times in China and in a number of African countries precisely to deepen technological collaboration that will lead to the creation of factories that produce goods to the service of citizens of both countries.
Okay, Prof. Talking about your sacrifices for humanity across different continents. You were here in Akwa Ibom State in 2019, and you chaired the Akwa Ibom State think tank on education that brought out the Akwa Ibom Strategic Education Roadmap. And I was privileged to have been co-opted into the technical team, and you finished the work, submitted the plan, which was adopted by the then Governor, Additional Governor Gil Emmanuel, and a state of emergency was declared on education sector. Going forward, we don't seem to see the outcome of that very wonderful program that you sacrificed. First of all, I want to get your feeling. How do you feel about the outcome of the 436 or 435 page master plan, which was phase 1 of the think tank? Your thoughts very briefly before we go into the next question.
Yes, I thank you very much for this question, and I really appreciate the fact that you are bringing focus to it. I was, of course, you know, I was U.S. Ambassador, Distinguished Scholar to Ethiopia at the time, and I got summons and requests by Governor Gil Emmanuel to come and head that 17-member team. And credit to him because he recognized that the state had significant challenges in the education sector. It is not just for now, it's the fact that the educational conditions, circumstances of the state have a great bearing on the socio-economic lifestyle and the future of the people of that state. So I congratulate him for the fact that he did recognize that. But I am extremely disappointed by Governor Moyo. And let me say this very directly. I don't mince words in talking with governments in various parts of the world. I'm extremely disappointed by Governor Moyo's government in the sense that the current Commissioner of Education was part of that team and cannot brief him properly about the circumstances and the intentions and aspirations of that plan that would have saved circumstances that are beginning to rear its head. Unfortunate circumstances. So that's my feeling. I have written to the governor. I not heard anything from him, and that letter was delivered to him about our intentions to do phase 2 that would have eliminated most of the educational challenges that this state has now and will continue to have.
Yes, Prof.
So that education which was put together by intelligent people need to be reinstituted.
Thank you so very much. You are known to deal with heads of nations, and I know there's a country in Africa, one of those times you visited, almost about 5,000 people went to the airport to receive you because of your impact on that very country. Yeah, talking about the phase 1 and phase 2. Phase 2 was actually approved, and I remember a letter that was written to His Excellency. We got a response from the Minister of Education signed by a director, and the communication was like they didn't even know what was going on. So it's a pity that we have such embarrassing moments, but the embarrassment has gone worse. You have seen the video where the school children are fed with water, and in water as soup. In our research in Open Forum, I have spoken with a private school, and I have heard about other private schools that have farms where they produce what the children eat. They have poultry farm, they have a slaughter, they slaughter cows once a week, or a cow for 2 weeks, and the children are well nourished. Seeing the kind of 17-point initiative that your technical team put in place, one of them is called OFOFE, One Farm, One Factory Entrepreneurship Support Program. How do you think, or what do you think we are going to do to be able to compel government, the administration of Governor Omoino, to do something? Because we have spoken, Open Forum, we have spoken this on even radio and TV, and unfortunately, you were not even invited to the Arise Summit. So, because of the sake of our children, what will you advise the government to do? Because the commissioner was there. Unfortunately, she has not done anything to be able to draw the governor's attention. But we do not have to hold her responsible for our failure. We must fail if we want to fail. So how do we help the governor to succeed? Because we want the governor to succeed. Yes, sir.
Yeah, definitely. We want the governor to succeed because the success means success of the people of the state, and then good prospects for those that are growing up now. Now, you just made reference to my visit to China. It was about such things. So the practice that we have communicated and configured in the roadmap, the FOFO project. I visited such projects in India only 3 months ago with my staff here. That's convention. Those are being done everywhere in the world. Education cannot be left only for government budgets.
Absolutely.
It's possible for government to lay the framework. And what we did in Africa was to propose and construct a system of sustainability that would involve the private sector,
yes,
involve entrepreneurship and self-help. That's the only way. The state has far so many secondary schools and primary schools. You know, we cataloged all of them and studied them.
Yes,
that was the most detailed work on education ever.
Absolutely. Let's leave it there, Prof. Yes, Prof.
That project.
Yes, Prof.
That project is now being endorsed by UNESCO. I have a meeting with UNESCO next week because they are trying to see how to follow such a system across Western.
Okay. What? Yes, sir. Just one last one because of time. I need to have Professor Deswilson have his take on that. You are still being owed from the letters, correspondences you have been writing to the government, and no response. And the phase 2, which you had even commenced work with because you got approval, nothing has been done about it. I want you to address this issue live, because Open Forum is about people, issues, ideas, and solutions. We cannot pretend that we do not know what is right, and then we try to rubbish some of our best for maybe the worst to be able to have a field day. The indebtedness to you for phase 1, I think it's about 11 million, and then the phase 2, which you have to work the details out now with government because of inflation. Please, we are taking just a minute so that I can have Professor Deswilson have his here.
Definitely. You know, with all honesty, very few governments take me lightly, take my recommendations lightly, within and outside Africa, even in my role. And I have been very shocked since the election of the governor. I wrote a letter to him to make commitments to say that I would like to continue to help the state in the education sector, for which Nigeria asked for my assistance. I'm the author of Nigerian Science, Technology and Innovative Roadmap for the next 10 years. So I was very surprised that the governor has shown some sort of disdain for my letter. That doesn't happen in any country. So I'm very, very shocked by that. Even the fact that they are owing such a small amount of money, and the governor is aware of it. He's aware of it because the letter was delivered to him directly, and he has a commissioner for education that sent me a note that was approved earlier on. So I see that as one act of disdain and disrespect by the governor. I cannot speak otherwise.
Yes.
My interest,
yes, Prof.
is in the advancement of science and technology and educational opportunities for the people of the state. So despite the governor's reaction and treating me like that, I'm still committed with the people who work with me, the experts, to try to do something to rescue the unfortunate educational circumstances.
I thank you. I thank you so much, Prof. It's been wonderful having you on air.